Bible apologists hate the fact that their own Bible ascribes weaknesses to the allegedly Almighty Yahweh. Everyone knows the Genesis account of Yahweh resting on the seventh day, after creating the universe in the first 6 days. When confronted with this, the apologists usually appeal to other verses of the Bible to argue that the resting in Genesis 2 was not literal, since Yahweh is Almighty. But this fails to take into account that the Bible had different authors and editors, and they did not always share the same theology or views on who or what God was. What does Genesis 2:3 really mean? Well, since the apologists appeal to other verses or books to explain it, let's use their own methodology and let the Bible itself provide the commentary. Better yet, let's let Yahweh himself explain. In Exodus 31:17, Yahweh tells Moses that on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. The key word, usually translated as refreshed in most English Bibles, is nephesh. This is the smoking gun and proves that Yahweh was tired and needed to catch his breath. As the scholar of the Bible, Francesca Stavrakopoulos, states in her book, God and Anatomy, the Bible itself offers a more pragmatic reason for God's day of rest. He was running out of puff. As the deity himself tells Moses in the book of Exodus, in 6 days Yahweh made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested and caught his breath. In a footnote, she cites Exodus 31:17 and explains that the use of the verb here points to the physiology of panting after laborious work, as Exodus 23:12 suggests. In his commentary on Exodus 23:12, Robert Alter concurs that the Hebrew verb nephesh means to breathe hard or pant, and refers to the laborer panting from his work and longing to draw a long breath of relief after labor. This is what Yahweh did, as he himself admits. He panted and breathed hard. In fact, Alter chose to translate Exodus 31:17 as Yahweh caught his breath, while explaining that this, quote, flagrant anthropomorphism would not have been problematic to an ancient audience. The Hebrew and Aramaic lexicon of the Old Testament confirms that nephesh means to inhale or breathe, and specifically in the context of Exodus 31:17 and 23:12, it means to breathe freely or to recover. But think about this. Yahweh had to recover from his work. So it is undeniable that Yahweh in the Bible is not always almighty. As per Genesis 2:3 and Exodus 31:17, he needed to catch his breath after creating the universe over 6 days of work. He needed to rest.
وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا فِي 6 أَيَّامٍ وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِن لُغُوبٍ